One of the main questions we get is how do we grind the beans properly for the brew method we are using? And in this video, I'm going to take you through a handful of grinding styles so you know exactly what to use for your home brew. Hi, I'm Peggy with Cherry Blend Coffee Roasters, and you might have one of many devices. Here I'm going to show you the AeroPress, the espresso machine, standard drip coffee pot with a filter, paper filter, and one of our BrewTrek French presses or a French press that you may have at home already. Let's dive in. Most of our customers have an AeroPress or an espresso machine. Here you will be grinding your coffee for a fine grind. A fine grind would be where you can almost make an impression in the coffee grounds. If you put a different grind in the AeroPress or espresso, if it's too coarse, it'll run through too fast and it'll be weak and bland. All grinders are different and there's a window for fine, medium, and coarse. What I would suggest is start in the middle of that window. If it's a 1 to 5, start in the middle. And then pull a shot and then see what it tastes like. If it's not quite right, if it's bitter, then it's too fine of a grind, back it off a little bit. If it's weak and bland, it's too coarse of a grind, and go finer. If you don't have an AeroPress or an espresso, you most likely have a standard drip coffee pot. For those, we would recommend a medium grind. And again, there'll be a window on your grinder if you guys are grinding it for a medium grind. Choose the mid setting and go from there. Machines like this have a little bit more tolerance on a grind setting. Now, if you don't have a standard drip coffee pot, you may have a French press mug or a glass French press is a standard. This process, you would need a coarse ground coffee. Real quick, I'm going to go through a couple of our grind settings. Fine grind for the espresso machine and AeroPress. So we're putting the beans in the hopper. You wanted a fine grind. We're going with our AeroPress and fine grind. Every grinder is going to be set a little different. So we have little cheat sheets. So this correlates with the other grinder in our shop here. And I'm just going to go ahead and grind it. Turn that off. And we're going to show you some coffee grounds here.
Nice. Yep.
And then what you would do, we would properly weigh out the ratio of coffee to water. And we're going to go ahead and put the coffee grounds in there. And you would tamper this down. Next, we're going to do the standard drip coffee pot. We would make sure it's on our drip, which is our medium grind. We're going to load up the hopper and dispense. And it's going to be ground to a drip. And then once you weigh out the proper ratio to water again, you would just go ahead and put it in your coffee filter. final is the French press. Again, we're going to adjust this to a French press. And you can see how much coarser this is. And from there, we're going to go ahead and put it in your vessel, ready for brewing. So now that we went over how to grind your coffee beans, now you can make coffee for any device that you have. If you have any questions or you need any help, come down and see us at 1003 Cherry Avenue. Happy to talk to you about coffee, teach you how to properly grind, and ensure that you get the best cup of coffee you have ever had.